All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Gonna be touching on the top prop bets that we have today on Sunday. Honestly, guys, the board is pretty limited as I'm recording this video, so it'll probably be a quick video. And so, yes, just looking at the board right now, we are getting some kind of interesting PGA props. I don't feel the need to go out of my way to place any prop bet PGA-wise right now in which the data on PrizePicks and Underdog or the lines are the same. So, for instance, I think this could be worthwhile to bet the over birdie or better on Underdog, where Underdog is valuing the birdie or better line at 5 instead of 5.5. And that's the lines are higher today than they were in the previous days simply because there is no wind. So it should be very easy for these golfers to score on this course today. It's a shorter course, and with that, they should be able to make a little bit more birdies. And then looking at the next best prop that we have is going to be the shots on goal here for John. Well, we can see the projection data likes him to get 3.9. So all in all, that's not one that I particularly want to be targeting as well. And so we continue on. We are getting a couple of EV bets NHL wise, like Alex here. We can see over 2.5 shots on goal, about a 54% chance to hit, projected at 2.8. I'm okay with that one. I think that's fine. Josh Reynolds under 2.5 receptions. I'm a little bit worried about that just with Khalif Raymond being out. Josh Reynolds should be playing a lot more today. Still, I guess, and obviously with Laporta being out as well, most likely we'll see he could play. But that to me doesn't really make sense. I don't know. I would have argued the over was the better bet there, but all in all, that's a good EV bet. We got Quay Walker for under 7.5 tackles and assists. That's a lot of tackles. And the biggest question I have here is how many times will the Dallas Cowboys rush the football? To me, I see the Cowboys rushing the football a lot today, and so that should lead to a lot more Quay Walker tackles and assists. Another NHL bet that's not exactly matching up with the data, Ashton Matthews under 4.5 shots on goal, projected at 5.2. So another one that I don't particularly love, and that's kind of the board that we have today on Underdog. That's kind of my issue with the board today. It's that, or on PrizePicks, we don't exactly have that many great bets, and then we go to EV only as well. I'll show you guys this as well. Not as good either. Like, we have one current standout bet. That's going to be Jared Goff for over 34.5 pass attempts. But that one will probably get bumped once they realize that PrizePicks has the line set at 35.5. And the reason why PrizePicks is at that high is because the average sportsbook line is favoring the over 34.5 pass attempts at about a 55%. So that will get bumped on Underdog. So with that, let's just go ahead and get into the NFL props that we are getting fantasy score wise. We are getting some slight edges there. And so I did a deep dive video already for the games that are on today in the NFL, so make sure to go ahead and check that out. But right now, my favorite prop bet is going to be Jordan Love for over fantasy score, and that's part of the reason is because it's a low line. He's been able to crush this number consistently thus far this season. You know, he's only let us down once, but also it's going to be the fact that Underdog has it set at 18. To me, that's a big enough discrepancy where I feel pretty good about it. And then this one does make sense. Like, if Vegas is expecting Josh Reynolds not to get 2.5 receptions, then it also makes sense for him not to get over 6.5 for a fantasy score. So that at least does make sense. So if you are someone that just always trusts Vegas, you know, taking the EV strategy and just always does that, that's correct. But you'd want to bet this one as well. And then these other ones like Pickens over fantasy score, you can definitely roll with if you want to. Weather's going to be a little bit better there. Jaden Reed over 12.5 for a fantasy score again. I don't know if I exactly like that. One of my favorite bets was actually Wicks for over 2.5 receptions. That was at about a 52% likelihood or so yesterday. It bumped all the way up to 55% to the point where PrizePicks took it off the board because it was too good of a bet. So hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that. But we are getting a lot of seemingly decent edges fantasy score wise. Dalton Kincaid, obviously these are tomorrow's games, some of them, but you know, we have some decent edges here and there. All in all, though, they're a little bit too tight for my for me to like them that much. Let's take a peek at basketball real quick. NBA wise, again, very limited board, guys. Miles Turner over 6.5 rebounds. We can see Underdog has already bumped that up to 7. Could be something there. You know, we take a peek at the injury report. That's part of the issue as well. Not too many big injuries to the point where we could potentially be gaining an edge on PrizePicks or Underdog. LaMelo Ball's back for Charlotte, which to me just makes that situation more cloudy for everyone. Looking at Miami, they're going to be more healthy in this game. Ant-Man sitting would be pretty big for Minnesota because then Towns would get a huge bump, as well as Rudy Gobert slightly. So, you know, something to monitor. And then Portland as well. Sharp being out, I mean, that is a lot of minutes, but we haven't seen that really mean that anyone's dominating too much. Scoot Anderson does get a bump in usage, but all in all, the lines that I'm seeing that we are currently getting doesn't promote an edge really at all. So that's kind of the issue with NBA right now, and you guys can see it reflected in the board that we are getting. I'll show you guys underdog as well. So underdog, I had to scroll down a little bit because these turnovers, they're all being favored as pushes. I typically don't like to recommend those to you guys, but you guys will see. Again, very limited board on underdog. We'll do 2 more steps here. We're going to show you guys the college basketball slate. Not as big of projected edges today as we had yesterday, and then I'll show you guys the discrepancies. So college basketball is a much more limited board today. Not as many games. Okay, college basketball Saturday. I think that's a thing we're going to be targeting going forward. Right now, though, you guys can see very, very limited board on both sites. No big edges there. Take a peek at underdog as well. Again, no big edges, maybe assists here, but again, that's being favored as a push. We can see under here for Styles, under 10.5 points. Light edge there, but not big enough to really make that noteworthy. So let's go ahead and jump into the discrepancies. And we are actually getting a decent amount of discrepancies, specifically tennis aces. Like I typically like these ones, like Ben Shelton, 21.5 aces on PrizePicks, where an underdog it's 19.5. That is a decent edge. I don't mind that. And then we got another one here as well. I have no idea how to say that name. Not going to try. 8 aces on PrizePicks, 9 on underdog. To me, that's where we're getting the edges, but do want to call it, we are getting some decent prop line differences as well for COD today. And so that is a decent advantage for you guys as well to be able to target those as well. So something to monitor. You know, if you like any of those, by all means go for it. I'm probably going to be running out those aces props differences on both sites, hoping for middling there, which worked out kind of yesterday. JT Post, and then you got Babcock for college basketball. Very nice that the middling opportunities worked yesterday. I do want to call one prop on underdog that to me doesn't make sense. Harris English at 4.5 birdies or better, where the rest of the field is at 5. Like there really isn't a reason why Harris English should have a lower birdie or better than Hideki right now, than Denny McCarthy, really than Keegan as well. Even Cameron Davis, there are slight edges there as well. It's just, they're definitely, it's strange that we're getting those lines. Like English is a very solid golfer. To me, that's weird. Like if the course is going to play that easy, Cameron Davis, you could bet lower strokes, for instance, and then maybe go Harris English for a higher birdie or better. Again, this is just kind of betting on the course playing easy today, which is what the data is telling us. So for this, Cameron Davis would have to shoot 2 under or 3 under par to hit that. Now Harris English needs to get 5 birdies. There's basically 4 holes out there that all the golfers should be able to birdie today, and then you just need to add in another birdie elsewhere. So getting into the day today for underdog, I will be taking advantage of the middling opportunities for the 2 tennis players. I think there's a good opportunity there. Harris English over 4.5 birdies. Again, that's just more a bet on the course playing easier. He is a player that if you look at some of the other birdie or better lines that are out there, he should also be at 5. It's a very minimal edge, but that's more betting on the course, and that's why you'd also run out Cameron Davis. Like it's betting on the course playing easy today, and so that's really the bet there. Those to me were the 2 outliers if you were choosing to do that. And then Jared Goff, this is the best bet that we are currently getting right now. I do expect that to be bumped to 35, which is going to be unfortunate. Before we get into the prize picks bet slip, just want to remind you guys, if you do want to use any of those underdog bets and you haven't signed up before, just use the promo code 9to5, the letter spelled out. That's just the nice way to help out the channel. They give you a 100% match on deposit up to $100. And then getting into NFL and also middling. So again, doing the middling with those 2, really just hoping for a push on this one, and then hoping for 20 aces for this one. That's really the goal there. Josh Reynolds, I don't love it, but that's what the data is telling us. Again, the average sportsbook line is heavily favoring the under 2.5 receptions, so it also makes sense why they'd be favoring the under for 6.5 for a fantasy score. And then Jordan Love fantasy score, you know, you guys could bet the under on underdog as well if you guys wanted to do that, if you guys don't think Jordan Love's going to have a good game. That is going to be all for today's video. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well. If you guys want access to any of the 9to5 sports tools, they are available for just $10 a month. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good slate today, and as always, let's keep cashing.